What is going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we have made a few changes. If you look over my shoulder here, you have this beautiful painting done by yours truly, which was an experience. Let me tell you, that is an NDE vision. You're looking at, if you're looking at it, you're looking at a, I didn't even light my comb. You're looking at an NDE vision from when I was 7 years old. I got bit by a dog and crossed over to the other side, and that's what I more or less saw. I tried to paint it as best I could, but I couldn't match the colors. It wasn't necessarily a black figure that I saw. It was more like the outline was cloaked in light in such a way where if you were to like put your hand in front of your face towards the sun, you can't really make out the back or front of your hand, whichever you're facing towards you. And that's more of what I tried to accomplish there. You can see around some of the outlines if you really take a good look at it, but I'm not the best painter in the world, and I certainly did try my best. All right, while it may look like I've got all the space in the world on this bad boy, I don't really have a whole lot, so we're gonna shuffle a few things around. And without further ado, oh my goodness, 2 cups at the bottom of the deck. We will take that. We will definitely take that. There's been a lot of talk of unions, maybe love's in the air. Summer's starting to come to a close there, so it seems like some of these ladies and some of these gentlemen are gonna have to settle down, and hopefully you're not getting caught up in a seasonal relationship, but something a little bit more substantial for you. All right, Spirit, is there anything that you would like to say to the collective at this time? Let's see what we got going on here. Something to work with here, Spirit. I hope you're enjoying the new digs. I definitely put a little bit of effort into it. We will take that bad boy right there, the whole stack. Okay. Thank you very much, Spirit. Oh, we have the Emperor, the 4 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. Somebody is looking at exactly what I just said. I'm already being prompted. The Lovers is the card of the day, and someone does not want to take a good look, long hard look at that. The 4 Cups is all about having plenty, but not being able to enjoy it because you're focused on what you don't have rather than what you do have. And I think in this, in between, or being in the middle of the Hierophant and the Emperor, somebody's sitting very pretty, and someone is sitting very spiritual. And somewhere in the middle of this, I think there's some headway that needs to be made as to what is going to take place towards this union, because the Lovers is the card of the day. I think I'm not taking that whole stack. You got 2 other decks there, Spirit, to work with. Let me see what's going on. Maybe one or 2 more from Lightseer, and then we'll move on to another deck to expound upon this. Okay, 5 of Swords. That is definitely confirmation card on top of 4 Cups. Somebody does not want to look at this. Somebody, if you look over here in the corner, there's this guy down here. This 5 of Swords is about, could potentially be behind the scenes conflict, resolution of conflict, maybe some confusion, illusion. I think more or less it's self-imposed. Just out of curiosity, we're going to look at our little stack here. We've got Judgment, 3 of Swords, Page of Wands, as well as 6 of Cups. This is definitely about past relationship trauma and how we can deal with it. Chariot at the bottom, Tower at the top. So it's really about how you want to go about this. Give me one more from Lightseer, Spirit. I'm sorry I didn't take the whole stack, but I'm trying to keep this relatively brief, and with the new setup, Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. It's oh man, something kicking out at the bottom there. Page of Swords. This is someone is doing some things behind the scenes, as well as myself, the reader, to be able to kind of spruce some things up and maybe read up some new introductions to some new methods. It might leave you a little out of sorts or a little uncomfortable, more or less. Two of Wands at the top, Death and Rebirth at the bottom. That's definitely what's going on. Okay, Spirit, thank you very much for that. Let's go ahead and dip into, it's either Mystical Pocket or Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle or Wisdom Pocket Oracle. I'm going to go with Mystical Pocket Shaman. Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle. Man, is that a mouthful. Hopefully you're doing well, collective. Our little crystal of the day is going to be our Lavender Obsidian. Obsidian, yeah. And this is Black Obsidian right here. Both are lava glass. I'm not entirely sure, besides Black Obsidian being used for protection, but otherwise being more or less kind of inert as far as spiritual conductivity. So Lavender Obsidian, I couldn't quite tell you what it does, but it is very beautiful, and that's the crystal of the day. I don't even know if you can make out how purple it is. It's just like the faintest purple white. Very pretty. Okay, Spirit, what is the advice moving forward for our collective that does not want to allow this to take place because of what they're either currently trying to let go from the looks of things? I'll take those two. If anything needs to come out while I'm continuing asking, please go ahead and let it drop right on out. It looks like the Hierophant, the Emperor, Four Cups, and the Five of Swords, as well as the Lovers, that somebody knows about this, they're fully aware of it, they're at odds with themselves. So what is the advice that, aside from the two that you already gave me, that we need the collective to hear at this time to be able to make some of these transitions a little bit easier and not necessarily trigger or re-trigger our collective into what it seems like this loop is unfolding of not having any sort of luck with what they're trying to either manifest, or as well as trying to bring in some type of relationship. Anything else from Mystic Shaman Pocket Oracle? Those two could be hitting home, could be hitting the mark, but I'm going to just go ahead and give it one old little college run around. Anything else? Last chance for any alibis here, Spirit. I'll take them. Okay. Let's check it out, collective. We have the Seer, Middle World, Vision Quest, and Magic. I'm thinking the way this is lining up, I think we're onto something here. I'm gonna read a little bit further into them, but more or less from what I'm getting from this spread is it could potentially also be collected if you're, and take this only as it resonates, that you're in a position where your angels and your guides and your ancestors are moving behind the scenes, and you more or less have to use your faith because of this. They don't necessarily want you to look at it all the way if that's not your prerogative. Like if it's something that bothers you or makes you feel emotionally unsound or unstable, then definitely let them handle it and thank them for it. But somebody out here, this reader included, is a powerful seer and is looking at the whole situation and sees your power, sees your magic, sees the vision that you may or may not have, and sees what's going on behind the scenes. There are also a ridiculous amount of birds and feathers in all of the cards that we've drawn so far. So maybe birds, Feathers could be significant to you. Definitely pay attention when your angels drop you some feathers there. Alright, we're going to start from the top for me and work our way around magic at 33. Alright. The essence. This symbol represents the infinite intelligence of Great Spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of this magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidence. The invitation. When magic appears, you're invited to see the world through the eyes of wonder and awe, taking on the innocence of a child who knows that all things are possible. Infinite potential exists in the great mind, and you are being invited to call it in and recognize the dance and synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens given to you through the oracle of the ordinary world. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your world in a sacred partnership. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs to show you what's next, or what to show you. Hold on, back that all the way up. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs that show you what next action is to take. Right now it appears that you are on the right track to make your dreams come true. Great Spirit is listening and acting on your behalf. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. I think that's exactly what's going on. It's someone is making progress towards their manifestations, but they're not necessarily seeing the results that they're looking for. And I think that might be what's got you in this Four Cups, Five of Swords, where you're just looking like it's not. But I can assure you that while, let's take a dune for instance, while a dune may not appear to move at all, in reality there's just a few grains of sand moving a little at a time. But eventually, if you take a step outside of the box or outside of a small window of time, you'll see that those dunes migrate from location to location. So maybe this manifestation is big, and that's a good thing, and we have Spirit involved in the process of bringing it into fruition, but it's not necessarily making progress to the scope of which that you're looking for those big massive shifts to happen. Give it some time. All right, the Vision Quest over the Hierophant, which is absolutely beautiful. It's all about seeing is believing to a certain degree outside of faith. The Vision Quest. Oh, look at that. The essence. In the Vision Quest, you face your fear, embrace your mortality, and then meet face to face with Spirit. When we feel stagnant, a Vision Quest brings our lives into perspective. When we realize our flaws, our potential, and the opportunities life is now offering us, we remain on a Vision Quest until we find the key to open a new door or write a new chapter in our lives. The Invitation. Find clarity by spending time alone in nature. If you live in a city, go for walks in a park. If you live in the country, make sure that you spend time outside in contemplation. Get off the couch, get away from your desk, go outside. Spirit helps those who help themselves, so set your intention and ask nature for a guiding vision for your life. It's pretty profound. I'm going to leave that exactly where that is. 36, Middle World. The essence. The middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. It is the present moment where everything is happening. Yet the middle world is created by the future, not only the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. The Invitation. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward as heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right, so be expedient but mindful of not being reckless. The world is your playground, and what would require great effort at any other time can be accomplished with ease right now. So maybe you're looking for some of those bigger hurdles to jump, and some of the smaller ones you might think are either, you could say, potentially beneath you or not worth your time. Some of these things are additive and might need to check a few boxes before Spirit is going to give us that big manifestation. Right over top, we got the big card combo here, the Seer and the Emperor. The Seer on top of the Emperor. I'm kind of excited for this one. Popped right to it. I'll take it. Thank you, Spirit. The Essence. The Seer represents the capacity to reach beyond the obvious details of life into hidden realms where information is available to those with discernment to perceive it. This symbol represents psychic perception, intuition, and the capacity to know something without prior exposure. The Seer knows truth, always seeks truth beyond all else, and sees reality as it is truly without judgment. The Seer can read between the lines and understand what is not being said. He represents the power of clarity and being able to recognize patterns. The Invitation. The Seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward. You may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles or even through a maze. But the hidden realms don't follow the rules of a two-dimensional map. Trust your gut and allow your perception of circumstances to widen to include the nuances and subtle cues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The Seer has gifted you with his magic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your vision is clear. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, collective, and hopefully you're taking that well, the counsel at the bottom of the deck, and not feeling like, once again, that somebody's more or less reiterating something to you that you already know. I'll clue you in. If you already know it, and you're not using it, Spirit is not going to necessarily throw more information at you until you've acclimated to the information that has already been given, because that would be a disservice to you in the process of learning how to integrate these lessons. All right, Spirit. I think we can leave that right where it is. Yeah, building blocks at the bottom, cutting right, or at the, right out the gate. What is Spirit? I don't normally ask questions like this, but I think the collective might need just a little shift to elevate here. Elevated, the next track popping up here. Flexible, kicking out on me. I don't even know how that came out, but I'll take it. And possibly stop there. Let's see. Flexible. We've got what looks to be a flower embedded nature spirit on top of an egg that has a face, if you can make that out, in a field. That is a very interesting card. Okay. We've got flexible. All right. Essential meanings. Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. The Oracle's message. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around you, or when everything around it may be in shambles. We're definitely the tree in this. This is how you need to be now. Willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. Relationship message. Back to that lovers. Here we go. Here we go. In every relationship, It's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice. I'm going to read the whole thing and then we're out of here, because I think this is exactly what we need. Prosperity messages. Message. Stay flexible. Even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who will share in it, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little. Enjoy the miraculous results. Protection message. When you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart, and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Blue is that track coming on there. It's a good one. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. All right, that is all we got for today. You know what? I'm gonna see if Spirit wants to add anything else to that. That's a good little bit. Anything kicks out on me, I'll take it. Maybe just read the relationship message. But otherwise, I think we're gonna go. While I give Spirit an opportunity. Co-create flipping there out on me. I think Spirit wants us to come back to co-creation, as well as cooperation. So we're going to stick that one right there. I'm going to hit on the relationship message, and, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that, but I'm going to read the relationship message, and we are out of here. Essential meanings: creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. Relationship message: connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would never have come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now, the very embodiment of beauty. And looking at this with extremely limited details as far as cards go, truth be told at the bottom, I think this is more between you and Spirit, and I think to some degree Spirit is, out of respect for the collective, limiting what's happening behind the scenes and beyond the surface. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you're going through things, whereas in you may have to purge some outbursts and such, that is perfectly normal. But also take it easy on Spirit, because at the end of the day, Spirit is the one assisting us through this process of manifestation, as well as bringing in the right kind of relationship. So, with that, collective, I hope you're fabulous. I hope you're well. And I'm going to give you the next 30 seconds or so of this track to just kind of take it all in. Take a look. The Emperor, the Seer, Co-Creator, Four Cups, Hierophant, Vision Quest, Lovers, Flexible, Magic, Five of Swords. It's all there. And we are in there like beach volleyball swimwear. Until next time, collective, I hope that you're well. Dang it.